Mark Watson of Blue Devil Nation. I'm here with Anthony Boone. Anthony, what a great game you had this past weekend. I know you have to put that behind you going into Virginia Tech, but let's just go over that for one quick second. 4 touchdowns, first start like that. What are your feelings on that? What does that do for you and your confidence moving forward?
It does a lot. Shows that I can make a lot of plays with my feet, with my arm. I had the ability to make a lot of smart plays, but I still made a couple plays that I shouldn't have made, that they didn't execute on, they didn't capitalize on, excuse me. But yeah, I mean, it gave me a lot of confidence going in first game, getting a win, putting up a lot of points. Offensive line is doing a great job this year of getting a lot of push up front, and our backs are doing a great job of reading and getting dirty yards. And that's kind of helped me out a lot. The fact that we rushed for almost 200 yards for this game. So,
can they face a Hokie defense this weekend? They're going to have their ears pinned back after kind of really an inexplicable game against UNC, where they kind of just, I wouldn't say they fell apart. Maybe UNC executed, but it just wasn't their normal performance. What have you seen about them on film? What are you expecting out of that game? What are your thoughts just going into that?
I mean, you can watch the film and break down another tendencies and know how, what they're going to line up in this formation, but you're not going to know the heavy heart they're going to come out. They've obviously lost 3 in a row, and that's a great Virginia Tech team that's going to come out, and they're going to have their ears pinned back, and they're going to try to prove a point that we're still one of the best in the country, and they're going to try to keep us probably under. Their goal is probably keep us under 14 points, which I wouldn't be surprised if not scoreless. That's probably the mentality right now, but all we got to do is go out there and execute, play our game. We obviously know that we can play with some of the best teams in the ACC. We can really punish a lot of teams in the ACC. So we're going to go out there and play our game and try to just hit them out like we did every week.
In the preseason, one of the questions that Coach Cutcliffe was asked about Renfrey was, why do you vulture him by a local sports writer? He seemed to take offense to that. He kind of repeated it after this game this past weekend. There was a good reason for that. We're getting you guys experience. I think it looked like that all came to fruition for him, like he seemed like a prophet, that when you came into the game, you had seen some action before. Did it help you, having played some before, to run the team like that? I mean, was it a help that you had those snaps before?
100%. The only real difference I could say from starting the game, then coming in the third quarter, the fourth quarter, like I did in the Carolina Stanford game, is that I got to set the tempo and kind of like, I got to feel what the tempo was like. And the first snap of the game, everybody's always like amped up, and the first couple series, everybody's still amped up, and the game doesn't really settle down yet. So I got to be kind of a part of that and kind of feel what that was like. But usually, like coming in the third, fourth quarter, the game's kind of already settled in. Like either you're getting beat real bad or you're beating somebody real bad. So like the defense is out there, like kind of like at the heads being back, and they're kind of like relaxed. So the only difference really was coming in and being like a part of the tempo setting, and instead of being like already the tempo's been set.
Seemed like you had good chemistry with the receivers right off the bat. One would think, you haven't thrown as much to Vernon as say others have, but 2 touchdowns to him alone. Talk about your chemistry with those guys, a lot of the young guys you were coming up with, so, you click well with Crowder. Just talk about that for a moment.
Chemistry works well on the field when it has a lot of timing routes. A couple of the routes I threw were just deep balls, just kind of like, I know where he's going to be, he knows where I'm throwing the ball, so it's getting to the point at the same time. But we're in the same queue. We laugh, we joke around. I mean, we're all good friends. We hang out outside of football. We have a good time. But when it comes to route running stuff, this summer I feel like Sean did a good job with getting everybody together as a whole and working on chemistry. But at the same time, he worked on his own, with just Jameson or just Connor. But yeah, I mean, there's definitely chemistry with the 1s and the 2s. When I feel like. The only difference might be like with an offensive line, but I feel like there's good chemistry with the whole skill core.
Last question, at what point will Coach get together with you and figure out who starts this weekend?
I'm not sure. That's a question you probably have to ask Coach Cut.
Okay, but regardless, it's clear that Anthony Boone is going to be a big part of the offense moving forward. You feel that way?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to go out, practice hard, do what I do every week, which is, try to get my team better. Try to make sure I know the game plan, prepare like I'm the starter that week, just like any other backup in the country.
Good luck this weekend.
Get ready to play.
Good luck this weekend.
Thank you.